Hi guys, it's Sherry. I hope that you are having a wonderful day. Y'all, let's do some awesome, innovative crafting. Stay tuned. So before we get started, those of you who are watching this video and have not subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. It will be worth it. I promise you. You're not going to be disappointed. You are going to see and learn some amazing crafting and techniques. So go ahead and hit that button. And guys, here is today's project. I am just going to roll it around so that y'all can see just how awesome this is. And I made it using the Easy Peasy collection by Die Cuts with a View. And in the comments, I know that several of you were able to get your hands on this awesome pad, either at Tuesday morning or online. And you're not going to be disappointed with this pad because it has some of the most vibrant colors, citrusy colors that I absolutely love. And this is what we're going to be using today to make this sweet, sweet little box. So I am going to move this out of the way. And before we get started, there are a couple of things that I want to touch on really, really quickly. Today has not been a good day in terms of comments. Every now and then I'll have a day where some of you will send me comments where you are frustrated and you have to let me know it. Where crafting, paper crafting, a project that you're trying is frustrating and you must let me know it. And that happened at least 3 times today. And when you send me a comment expressing frustration because you wasted your good paper trying to make a project that I demoed, my response back to you is always going to be, I'm sorry that you wasted your paper, but why didn't you practice before you used your good paper? Guys, I say that all the time. Practice, practice, practice. Just because you think you've got it doesn't mean that you've got it. When you are deciding to make a project that you have never made before, you really should be practicing on some paper that you don't mind sacrificing. But if you decide to pull out your good paper and you only happen to have 1 or 2 sheets of that paper and you use it on the project and the project doesn't turn out the way that you wanted, please know that you wasted that paper. I didn't cause you to waste the paper. So there is no reason to send me any comments letting me know how frustrated you are because you watched my video and you wasted your paper. Because I'll also say this in my response to you. At the end of the day, with everything else that's going on, it's only paper. And that's how we should be looking at it. It is only paper. This craft is meant to be fun, not stressful. So please, practice, practice, practice. So here is what we're using to make our project. We are going to use a whole strip of cut-aparts to make our box. Now, my measurements are not going to be exact because some cut-aparts are shorter than these. But if you have a page where your cut-aparts are 4.5 inches long by 3 inches wide, these measurements will work for you. If you have a page and your cut-aparts are 4 by 3, then just reduce your chipboard size as well as the liner piece on the inside by 1/2 inch and it's going to work. But we are starting with cut-aparts that measure 4.5 by 3. And you can see that this is nothing but a box made using our cut-aparts. And I think that it's just such a delightful and interesting box because on all 4 sides, you have got these awesome messages. So you could actually turn it around every day and have a different message. So we're going to make this. And what we're going to need to make it, we need a strip of cut aparts, which is what I have here. Then I have a strip that is 1/2 inch by 4.5 inches that I'll be using to join my box. And then I have 2 pieces that I'll use to make the lids. These are 5 5/8 by 5 5/8. Then I have 4 pieces of chipboard that are 4 1/2 by 3. Now, my chipboard, like I said, all depends on the actual size of the length of this. So if your length is shorter, then cut your chipboard to cover that. Most of the cut aparts are 3 inches wide, so you should be good on that front, but it's the length that you might have to make an adjustment for. And then I have a scrap piece that we're going to cover the chipboard with, just to give it a decorative flair. So let's make this. Okay, so to start, we're going to take that cut apart sheet, and it's joined just like this, and we're going to place it in the scoreboard, and we're going to score every 3 inches. So 3, 6, and 9. Then we're going to take this and just fold it. You really don't have to burnish it at this point. We just need to get it folded. Then we're going to take this piece and we're going to join it just like that. So I am going to take my glue, and this is my 1/2 inch by 4.5 inch piece. So I am going to take my glue, place glue on this piece, and we'll get this stuck down just like this. Make sure I've got it even. And then I'll use my bone folder just to make sure I have everything nice and stuck. And now we can take this and we're going to set this to the side for a moment. Then we'll bring in our scrap piece, and this is a 6 by 12 inch piece. I am going to flip it over because I want the flowers to show on the inside. And I am going to take my chipboard, I'm going to flip it around this way, and then I'm going to take my chipboard and just place it down close to the end and close to the top. And then once I have my papers down, all I'm going to do is cut away the excess decorative paper so that I can take these and put them down. And I'll go on all sides and remove any excess paper. And I will do this on all 4 of these because I want to make sure that I have no overhang. Okay, so once we have our chipboard covered, we just need to add tape to the back, and then we're going to remove that tape. So I'll do that and be right back. All right, guys, so once we have the tape on the backs of all of our chipboard, we can start placing these down. So you want to make sure that when you're placing them down, you're placing them inside of your score marks. And I actually did have to reduce the size of this. So I started out with it being 3 inches across, but I actually reduced this down to 2 15/16 of an inch so that it would fit inside of the score marks and not overlap. So the easiest way to do this is to hold up one side so that you can get it placed down and not have it hitting the score marks. Then take your next piece and you can do the same thing. So place it down, bring that other piece all the way up, just like this, so that it butts up against it. And then when it's butting up against it, lay it down, and that gives you the proper spacing in between. So we want to make sure that we lay down our first 3 pieces in the sections that start with where the glue flap is, 1, 2, 3, and those are the first 3 that we want to put down. So I am going to take this one and do the same thing. So I have that one down. Now we are going to take this, fold that just like that, and we are going to glue the box together. So I'll place glue on my glue flap. We'll fold it over. And get it matched. And then we'll just smooth it out. And now we pretty much have our box shape, but we do need to take this piece and put it in. And you might have to trim off some of this piece. So when you're trying to put it in, it might actually be too wide. So if it is, I'm just going to lay down a strip of tape here so that I can trim away some of the excess. And I'm going to use my ruler for this, and I'm just going to start out by taking away a small amount. And then I'll do another test fit. So I'll put it in, and that looks like it's going to be a really good fit. So I am going to remove that tape, and I'll take this piece, and I'm just going to get it inside of this and get it matched up with the other pieces. And then I'll just put my finger in and get it stuck down. And now I can stand it up and we can start shaping our box. All right, guys, so then I have 4 strips that are 1.5 by 2 15/16, and I am just going to take those and place them over the top just to kind of give me a more decorative finish to the top. So I'll place it over just like this on all 4 sides. So I'm putting it down. Then I'll use my glue. That was just a test fit. So then I'm going to use my glue, put my glue on this piece, place it in just like that, and I only want about 1/4 inch hanging over because I don't want to cover any of my words. Then I'm going to get it stuck down, and I am going to use my ruler because it goes in nice and flat, which is what I want to be able to make sure I'm covering a wide area. Then I'll just go across the top just like that. And I am going to do this on all 4 sides. So again, I am simply going to place this down using about 1/4 inch as my overhang on the front. And I'll look at it and just compare it to that side, compare those 2 corners. When I think I have it right, I'll just go all the way across the top, and then I can place my glue and we can put these down. It is truly this simple. So let's put that right there, and let's lay it down. Go on the inside with my ruler because it's nice and flat and really covers that space. Then I can go across the top, and you can see that we've got this side and this side. I'll do the other 2 sides and be right back. All right, guys, so I have all 4 of my sides done. And don't you think that this is really cute? I love these little message boxes. I think that they just send happiness and sunshine no matter the day. So we are going to bring in our scoreboard so that we can make the lids. So to make our lids, we're going to use the 5 5/8 inch paper. Okay, so to make our lids, we are going to use our 2 pieces of 5 5/8 by 5 5/8 inch paper. I'm scoring on this side because we've got this treatment on this side, but I'm actually going to use this side as the top to my box. So our first score is going to be at 5/8 inch. and 1 1/4. And we will score like this on all 4 sides. So that is 5/8 and 1 1/4. All right, so once we have everything scored, we are going to fold and burnish all of those score marks. Okay, so once we have our scores made, we are going to get rid of the 2 corner pieces on all 4 sides. So I will use my finger blade and I will angle cut in right here on this piece, and then I'll angle cut in lightly there. Then I'm going to go up to the second score mark on this side and just angle in. So I'll do the same thing over here. I'll drag straight down, then I'll angle in here, and then I'll remove this piece. I am going to do this on both the top and the bottom, and I'll be right back. Okay guys, so now that we have our bottom and our top cut out, we are going to go ahead and put this together. So I have added glue to my tabs. I am just going to match it up so that everything is nice and straight and even. Then I'll do the same thing over here. Let's get that matched. And I've got glue all over my hands and they look yucky. And then I can do the same thing over here. So I am going to place glue on this end. I'll bring this in just like this. And this one in, and this one in just like that. And then I'm going to fold the tops back. And now I can place glue on my outer flaps. I'll fold those in just like this. And we'll get them stuck down. I am going to use my ruler because I actually like the wide area it covers and then how flat it is, so it gets in those corners nice and tight. So let's do this side as well. And so there we have our lid put together. Now it's just time for the moment of truth. So I'm going to find the front, and I think this time I want to go with, so this time I think I'm going to go with Easy Peasy Lemon Squeezy. So when we put our lid on, we should have a nice snug fit just like this. And then we're going to take the second lid and place it on the bottom. So I'm going to put it on the bottom just like that. And we have a nice snug fit top and bottom. But what I like to do on mine is I actually like to, on the bottom, when I make a box like this, I like to take my glue and go all the way around and glue this bottom to the box. So this time I'm going to leave it like this so that you guys can see just how easy it is to make these. And then you can come back with all types of embellishments to really dress yours up even more. But it all started with 4 connected cut aparts. We didn't cut them apart. We simply turned them into this sweet little message box. Isn't that just fabulous? And so easy to do, guys. Literally, we took less than 1 sheet of 12 by 12 inch paper to make these 2 boxes. I backed mine with chipboard, but you could line yours with extra scrap pieces of paper that you have just to give them firmness. You don't have to put chipboard in them, but if you want to, there you go. But you can actually make this box and the top and the bottom from one 12-inch piece of paper. Totally up to you how much more sturdier you want to make it. So I hope that you have liked this fun and creative way to give a gift that has a message that just keeps on giving and giving and giving. So guys, remember, be kind to others, be kind to yourself. So I hope that you guys have liked this project. If you have, please hit the like button. If you are not a subscriber to my channel, I would love to have you join my online crafting family. You guys have a great day. Happy crafting, and we'll chat later. Bye.